just talk to the camera. I'll ask the questions.
Okay.
Tell us about NebraskaSpending.com.
Well, when I became treasurer about 2.5 years ago, I decided that transparency was needed and required. I mean, the taxpayers, we take their money, the least we can do is give them a receipt. And so I started trying to look through this data and realized there was a whole host of different documents and that it needed to be put into one central clearinghouse. And so we created NebraskaSpending.com. It's considered the most comprehensive state spending website in the country. Includes budgets, includes contracts, vendors, expenditures, property tax rates. We also are drilling down into the communities and the larger communities at first, and we just keep building on it and building on it. And the important thing about it is we've only got about 1.75 million people in the state. In the first year we had 600,000 unique visitors, so people are getting on and they're using it, and they're spending over 20 minutes on the website. The other thing is a lot of states will introduce and say we want transparency, and then they try to kill it when it gets introduced in the legislature by saying it's too expensive. Well, first off, I didn't ask permission from the legislature. As the CFO of the state, I just did it. And secondly, we did it for $38,000. So it can be done effectively. And I know we're a smaller state, but that still is a very reasonable amount of money. And it can be done for something that can fit into any state's budget. So there's no reason not to make state budgets transparent.
That's great. Now, tell us about Operation Rifle Owner.
Well, I'm also the president of the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators. And this is a bill that was dropped and introduced in the Senate by Senators Rockefeller and Roberts. And we're out here getting some co-sponsors on a bill that would turn over $16.5 billion in unredeemed U.S. savings bonds back over to the rightful owners. Currently, the Treasury catalogs these unclaimed, unredeemed bonds by certificate number on microfilm. And so there's no way to claim it if you lost the actual the piece of paper. So what we do is what we're proposing in this bill is digitizing these records and making a searchable database. And I call it a legitimate economic stimulus package. I mean, this is people's money and the government needs to give it back to them. So that's what we're out here supporting.
Now, clearly transparency is important to you. How can some of these ideas be adopted at the federal level?
Well, I think that there's one thing, as I've traveled recently with the Aspen Institute, went to Israel and Cairo and was in Palestine, that they all asked for as well, and everybody in the world wants transparency. And I think at the federal level, with the modern technologies we have, the least we can do is, like I said, at the state level, show people a receipt for their money. It's not that difficult, and if we as elected officials can't justify an expenditure, then don't spend the money. It's that simple. So we shouldn't be hiding. There's no secrets that need to be involved in this stimulus package and in these other spending bills. And so let's just put it all out there so everybody can make their own independent assessment and make a decision as to whether they think the government's using their money properly. Because at the end of the day, it's our money.
That's great. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you.